Welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. We're at Interrupt New York 2011 at the Jacob Javits Center this week. And on our program is Michael Phares, the Marketing and Business Development Director at Cormant. Michael, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Rich. Glad to be here.
So let's start at the top. Your company, what do you guys do?
We are an IT infrastructure management software company. So we develop software for data centers, large campus environments, basically any place where they have a lot of IT infrastructure and they're needing to map that physically. So not only on the logical layer, but also meshing that with the physical layer.
So to be able to track your network upgrades, to be able to make sure you know everything that's there physically, that's why people are working with you typically.
Yes. Typically what happens is someone gets an NMS update that says switch yada 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 is down. Great, where is it? I don't know. Can you check with the facilities guy and get his spreadsheet? He gets it and says, oh, the last spreadsheet I have is 2 weeks old. Oh my goodness. So what we've done is come in with a couple of companies and, well, more than a couple, but we've come in with companies and just kind of updated their records through an import of what they have, whatever they have currently, and then do a physical audit, and then they have a single source of trusted truth which they can actually move forward from when it comes to actually getting to the physical problem. Not just knowing on a logical level, but knowing on a physical level. Where the heck is that?
So, in terms of virtualized servers, is that an area where your company plays?
Yeah, actually we just did a announcement at the beginning of this Interop about how we are now working with InteropNet to query their ESX clusters in the colos of their virtual machines. So it's kind of it's a big deal for us simply because the InteropNet is one of the largest mobile NOCs in the world. And being able to also know where their physical machines are throughout the infrastructure, not just here at Javits and not just in Las Vegas when they're there in Las Vegas, but also at their co-location facilities, knowing where all that is so that they can know if something goes wrong.
So if I'm a viewer right now watching this program, how would I know if I am a candidate for your solutions?
As of right now, we haven't found anyone that's not necessarily a candidate, simply because we also have companies working as managed service providers that are servicing our SMB and SME client base. Working with us direct, it's usually someone who's in the mid to large size scale that also has a rather robust IT infrastructure, meaning they either have, I don't know, a couple thousand people in their infrastructure and above, or they have asset-wise about 4,000 assets or above. I shouldn't say about 1,200 assets and above, or port count-wise about 4,000 to 5,000 port count and above in their IT infrastructure.
Now, what about telephony and video? Does that play a role?
Absolutely, and we also, not just telephony and video, as well security information, anything tied into the IT infrastructure. So a lot of times, like for instance, when we were in Vegas, we were talking with a couple of the resorts, and they've got a lot of IT infrastructure that's not traditional IT. It's very non-traditional IT. It's
right.
A lot of telephony. It's a lot of security measures, and there's a high dollar attached to some of those assets. They want to know where they are, and they want to be able to track them and manage them, know who's in charge of managing them, and know when their service level agreements are done,
right.
ready, or if something malfunctions and it goes off to the vendor, or it goes
right.
off to their fulfillment vendor or the person who's working on it. They want to know when it's off, because we were hearing a statistic around 20 to 30% of all infrastructure out for upgrade or update doesn't come back.
Wow.
And that's post cable solve implementation that they were talking about. Wow, we didn't even realize that we're having 20 to 30% of stuff that we just never got back because we never knew how to follow up. So everything, yeah. To answer your question though, everything from telephony through to security.
Now, competitively, what do you see in the market?
The Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, our number one competitor by far. I mean, 95% of our competition is the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. In terms of companies playing in our arena, a lot of them that play in our arena. May I mention some?
Yeah.
The Apertures, the DC Track, the Rackwise are great at one element or another of what they do.
Okay.
We like the fact that they're good at what they do, because in addition to what they do, we also have portability through our handhelds. We also have extreme configurability, and we might excel at 2 or 3 extra things where they excel at the one. And it's great because it helps us. I mean, the competition drives the market.
Now, what about ROI? Do you have some kind of ROI calculator where you go into a company and say, okay, you have X number of nodes, I'm going to drop my software in here and you're going to see a payback in X number of months? Is it that simple?
It is, depending upon what their major focus is. We have a couple of data centers in California and Silicon Valley that are very power driven. So they want to have their channels of connectivity with power, not their channels of connectivity with data, documented. It's very easy to show ROI with them because in California, as you know, power is expensive.
Sure.
We have a 5 megawatt data center.
Everything's expensive.
Yeah, fortunately. We have a 5 megawatt data center. If we save them 20% by finding out the power hogs that need to be replaced, they can save up to $800,000 a year.
Right. Now, what about manpower? I imagine you could reduce manpower too for like a large data center that has just people hunting around looking for things.
Pulling and tugging and tracing. It saves a lot of manpower. However, what it does is it allows them to refocus into what they should be doing. You're paying an engineer not to go tug a cable or not to go query a location for a move, add, and change. You're paying them to actually do much more high-level stuff. It frees them up to do that high-level stuff. So instead of thinking of it as being able to replace manpower, it's actually being able to get manpower positively tracked back to what they're supposed to be doing. Right.
That makes a lot of sense. So that's really, I mean, that's a productivity. It's also that people feel better about the job that they have as well.
And about the data that they have. They can trust the data that they have. They no longer have to worry about, well, which spreadsheet do you have?
Now, as we move to the cloud and more things go into the cloud and there's more virtualization, I imagine this is a good opportunity for your company.
Yes, actually, because people still need to keep track of where things are. If you move something off to a virtualized server, if you move something off into the cloud, it still needs to be tracked. You still need to know where it is. The cool thing about our solution is while it's a hosted solution, they're able to access it anywhere they want. So the general public thinks of the cloud and they think, can I access it from anywhere? It's not technically the definition of the cloud, but the general public seems to think that. So with our solution, if the data center manager or the IT director is out to dinner with his wife and they say, hey, we got a problem, the guy can pull up in his iPad if he's got it with him, or his iPhone or his BlackBerry, and actually check the CableSolve app and say, well, listen, it's supposed to be in this area, in this comms cabinet, or in this room. Is it there? No? Okay, it should be there. Find that. Or it should be this connection in this port. Oh, it's not. Okay, well, go ahead and make that connection back to that port. They have the ability to do it on the field. He has the ability to manage that from this. So we do have cloud-esque applications, and as it grows, it's only getting better for us.
So what's next for the company?
World domination? No. I'm hoping that we can really infiltrate I shouldn't say infiltrate, grow our channel partner connections. We sell through channel partners, and so I'm really hoping we can sign up a good deal of channel partners in North America. We're really large out in Australasia, the Asian continent, South Africa. I mean, and in Europe. We're very big. We've just only been in the United States for only 18 months. So growing our presence here is a key focus of mine.
I wish you luck, and thanks for being here today.
Appreciate it, Rich. Thank you very much.